Let's make a succulent garden. I'm going to be using my selection of cacti and succulents, and I'm going to be repotting it into this gorgeous round flat terracotta pot. Let's see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take all of my plants out of their pots. This one right here is the Mammillaria paintarii. Look how cute that is. I know this grows quite nice and bushy, but it's still quite small and compact. And you'll see there's a pattern here to all of the plants that I'm using today. Much like this one, all of these plants are quite round and flat relatively. I mean, the tallest plant that we have growing is this one right here, and this is my Tephro cactus. And it is the only one that's going to be quite tall. So this one may be the feature plant that I'll put in the background. Even this one, which is another Pherocactus, again grows quite small and compact. And the largest of all of these cacti is this one, which is my Astrophyllum. Look how gorgeous that is. Now the first thing to do is to remove these plants from their pots, being very careful, one, not to damage them and their roots, but two, not to damage yourself. Look how tiny and cute that is. Wow, this one's going to be quite scary to remove. Look at the size of these thorns, and they are thick. A little squeeze, I think. Nice roots on this one. Lovely roots. Although this Tephro looks quite dangerous, it's really not. Look at that. However, if you look closer, there are some finer thorns just down there at the base, so still you want to be quite careful with this. See, look at that. If you can see, I've got two thorns in my finger from that Tephro, so it might look like it's not dangerous, but trust me they are. This one is super well rooted, so we'll be a bit careful with that. And finally this one right here, a little squeeze and just let it fall out. So I'm going to be reusing this soil just because it's really good. I've got lots of sand in here, really well draining materials, as well as some lava rocks like pond and so on. So that's what I've been using as my base, and all of these plants have been growing in that, so they're quite used to it. So the first plant I think I want to pot up is this one right here. This is the Astrophyllus. So we're going to try to make a little space for this plant just around here and build up a mound of dirt or soil around it, just enough to hold the plant up, and then as I backfill I will adjust them accordingly. The next plant I like to repot is this Pherocactus. I'm being very careful not to sort of handle it too closely to where those thorns are, but yeah, I'm going to just sort of slot that in between one of the ridges of this Astrophyllus, again trying to keep those roots underground and not burying too much of the plant, just mainly where the roots are. I'm now going to repot the second Pherocactus. I am going to need some soil for this one, so I'll just add a little bit here, getting that soil around the plant, around the roots like so. I'm going to use a chopstick just to sort of get that soil really into the roots where they need to be. This Gymnosylum, I'm going to place it next to this Pherocactus. I'm going to place another Gymnosylum just next to it, but a little bit further back. Add in some soil. I want this one slightly raised up, so I'm just going to use my chopstick to encourage the soil down and to hold the plant up just ever so slightly. And now we just want to work in the last bits of soil just in the areas that need it, and then I work it in with the chopstick just like that. So you can see the plants are sort of higher in the back, and then they sort of slope downwards as it comes to the front. That's exactly what I'm going for. Now as I'm doing this, I'm trying to take as much of the soil away from touching the surface of the plant, so that way it doesn't cause any rot. And then just in the center here, make a little tiny hole for the Mammillaria, and now I'll use some pond just to decorate the plant. And there we have it. This is my attempt at a cactus garden. So let me walk you through my process. My aim was to sort of get a step approach to this, so you can see that the plants at the back are slightly higher than the ones in the middle, and that Mammillaria right at the bottom here, if you can kind of make it out, is right at the front. Now this is for two reasons. One, for aesthetics. I think it's more pleasing to the eye to have it like this, but two, also means that if I place the plant in front of the window, the sunlight to the smaller plants won't be blocked. So that way they can all get that good quality sunlight. And that's it. I'm going to replace all of the labels so I remember exactly which plant is which. Otherwise, I'll be guessing for the rest of my life. So, but that's it. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, keep planting.